Hello and welcome to Supernatural Files, part 2 of Superstition, Good Omens and Bad Omens. As we have said in our last video, there are so many. So in each episode we'll bring you some fascinating ones and some that you've probably never heard of before. So what should we start with? What about one that is so popular? Touch wood. Why do we touch wood? Well, that goes back to pagan times when they believed that malevolent spirits lived in the wood itself. And when they were making a wish or a hope for the future, if you did this, the spirits could not hear you, therefore they couldn't take away your wish. So next time you tap on wood, think of that. We have lots of things that we still do today that go back years, like rub a gold ring on a wart. Or what about this one? Have a dead body hand, the hand of a dead body, and rub it on your wart and it will go away. Or if you have some other ailment, make a cross with the dead man's hand and it will go away. Think I'll use the ring if I ever get a wart. There's so many things that we don't even think about in our daily lives. When we go about our way, we don't think about it. So let's look into these good omens and bad omens and see what we find. Superstition on the high seas. Sailors and pirates were very superstitious. Their boats were their livelihood, so they were very superstitious and had lots of good and bad omens. The naming of their ship was very important, and you should never change the name of your ship. If you did want to change the name of your ship, the only way you could do it without bad omens was a denaming ceremony. This had to be performed by writing the boat's name on a piece of paper, folding the paper and placing the paper into a wooden box, then burning the box. The ashes would be put into the sea. It was okay to rename the boat or the ship. Figureheads are the carved wooden sculptures that decorate the prows of sailing ships. In the perilous life of an ocean-going ship, figureheads embodied the spirit of the vessel, offering the crew protection from the harsh seas and safeguarding their homeward journeys. They were often carved with naked women or mermaids or mythological figures. These all represented good omens and would be brilliant for guarding them and keeping the seas calm. We all think of pirates with their many tattoos and heavy jewellery, but they were not just for show, but also had superstitious meaning. Hoot earrings were worn by pirates for good luck and to help them find their fortune and gold. If a pirate or a sailor had a pierced earlobe, that would indicate that they had sailed around the world or the equator. Tattoos were very popular. Again, they would ward off the evil spirits, but they also told everybody that they were not to be messed with. There's lots of words and sayings that sailors and pirates would say. One, for example, is fair winds, because this would keep the seas calm. But one thing they could never say, the R word, rabbit. On land, rabbits are such good omens, but not at sea. You couldn't utter the word rabbit. Why? Because the devil could disguise himself as a rabbit and could board your ship. So that was a very bad omen. The gun deck, you think of men loading and firing heavy cannon. The heat, the noise and the fear would be unbearable. There is a good omen associated with the gun deck. If a woman was aboard ship and was pregnant and was about to give birth, she would be taken to the gun deck. This was considered the safest place to give birth. If she had a boy, this was brilliant news, a great omen, hence the saying, son of a gun. Did you notice the Jolly Roger on the sailing ship? Jolly Rogers we all think of as the crossbow and the skull. Well, they weren't really like that. They were more likely to be a skeleton with a spear through the heart, maybe an hourglass or devils even, but they were very scary and were meant to frighten other ships. Pirates were skilled sailors, and the pirate's code, really did exist. As the ship would approach the intended cargo, they would take down their friendly flag and put up the Jolly Roger. They would hope that the sailors on the other boat or ship would surrender without a fight. Pirates have so many superstitions, but one that's really close to home. Salt, the simple salt. All through history, salt has been used for good omens, purification, protection, healing even. How many times do you heal a wound with salt? Well, it actually goes back 3,500 BC, all through our history. Roman soldiers were actually paid in salt, or they had part of their salary paid in salt. This was known as salarium, which we now know as salary. Petronius, the Roman writer, sorry, it's very cold here today, the Roman writer said, not worth his salt, which literally means he was paid too much for what he was actually worth. Salt was a big luxury and very expensive. And pirates, just like we do today, I do, pick up that salt, throw it over their left shoulder, and this would keep away the devil and all evil spirits. So, what do you think of all these superstitions? Good omens, bad omens. We're going to bring you a lot more future episodes. We'll be looking at woe wells, wishing wells, everything to do with water, good omens and bad omens. Until then,